So he did that. And there was another young German, his name was Van Kurt, Baron Van Kurt. So the two of them, they went, and then when Ban Maharaj came to India back by Bombay, by ship, he brought them, these two Germans. There's a photo, you've seen that photo at the shipyard? They were wearing devotional dress with turbans, all garlands. There's Ban Maharaj, there's them, and then there's Prabhupada. You can see Prabhupada. Prabhupada was living in Bombay at the time. He was doing his business. And of course, Prabhupada was Grihastha. Prabhupada had the mustaches, you know. And this Ernst Schultz, he stayed with Prabhupada, and Prabhupada had a flat. Prabhupada was the president of the Gaudiya Math in Bombay. He was the temple president. So I was the temple president. It's a good thing. So, and he became very close with Prabhupada. Prabhupada called him my dear friend, my close friend. Prabhupada talks about him, Ernst Schultz. And then he became initiated. And his name was Sadananda. And it's a long story. But the point is that the first Western devotee was made by book distribution. So this is what Srila Bhaktisiddhanta devised, that had never been done before. And it's interesting, that book, Sri Krishna Chaitanya, in 1966, we got a copy of that book in New York. There was one bookshop called Orientalia on East 10th Street. And they carried all books from India, and they had Gaudiya Math books. And we used to go to that bookshop and see what they had. And one day we purchased this book, Sri Krishna Chaitanya, and we brought it to Prabhupada. And Prabhupada was very pleased. And, he said we should read it. And we should try and get copies from India. But I think it was out of print. I don't know how Orientalia, that lady, she got. But that book had a photo of Bhaktisiddhanta. Prabhupada, when he came to America, he didn't have any photo of Bhaktisiddhanta. So I showed Prabhupada the photo, and he said, oh, this is my Guru Maharaj. You know, Bhakti Siddhanta sitting. And then when we made the first book, Teachings of Lord Chaitanya, in 1967, it came out in 1968, Prabhupada said I should use that photo of Bhakti Siddhanta in the Teachings of Lord Chaitanya. So, it's a long history. What time is it now? 9:30. 9:30. Any questions? Prabhupada said, when there's no questions, that means you've understood everything. Yes.
So when the Bon Maharaj and the associates, when they returned to India, that was when the mission was aborted?
When what?
The mission of to preach in London outside. The mission, and they never went back.
No, they did go back. That was in 1935. And I don't know the whole story, but I think Bhakti Maharaj sent some others. I think Bhakti Saranga Maharaj. There were 2 or 3 others. They went back to London. They made a devotee who initiated an English lady. Her name was Vinodvani Devidasi. And she had a house, and they made her house as the Gaudiya Mat. And when Prabhupada sent, Jamuna and Mukunda, all those devotees to London, Prabhupada directed them to go see this Vinodvani lady. But when they went to see her, she didn't even want to talk to them. The relationship with Prabhupada and Gaudiya Mat was very bad. When Prabhupada wrote a letter to Tirtha Maharaj, who was the Acharya for Gaudiya Mat, to help him, to give him some letter of author, some letter of introduction. Bhakti Tirtha Maharaj replied, who has authorized you to go to America? They were very, I don't know, you might say jealous of Prabhupada. And the more successful Prabhupada became, the more jealous they became. Once we went to visit this Tirtha Maharaj. Tirtha Maharaj, he took all the properties. You know, he's the one who had his son. He sold the press in Krishnagar and used the money to send his son to England to become a barrister. And then he used his son by legal case, to get all the properties of Bhakti Siddhanta. It's a long history. I mean, that's one of the things we didn't describe, the printing presses that Bhakti Siddhanta established. You know, the big temple that Srila Bhakti Siddhanta made, you know, the one where he said, I wish to sell the marbles because they're fighting over the rooms. You know that temple? It's in Calcutta. It's Bagh Bazaar, Gaudiya Math. Bhakti Siddhanta liked that temple very much. In fact, he went there. That's where he departed. There's a room in the temple of Bhakti Siddhanta's room. They kept it exactly the way it was when he departed. It's like a museum. And here's another thing I just found out, that Srila Bhakti Siddhanta, you know, he would write his correspondence by hand in Bengali. And Srila Bhakti Siddhanta would sign his letters with the words Nitya Ashirvad. Nitya Ashirvad. So what does Nitya Ashirvad mean? Eternal. Okay, Nitya we know. And Ashirvad? Blessings, benedictions. So how do you translate Nitya Ashirvad? Thank you. Your ever well-wisher. Prabhupada used that from what Bhakti Siddhanta did. And Prabhupada should know, because Prabhupada, we know, at least received one letter from Srila Bhakti Siddhanta. What was that letter? Bhakti Siddhanta was in Puri, and he was not having good health, and it seemed terminal. And this is in December 1936. And Prabhupada wrote Srila Bhakti Siddhanta a letter in the first week of December that, you know, I'm your disciple, and you know, I haven't done much active work. I'm grihasta. You know, maybe you can give me some instruction like that. And Prabhupada got a reply to his letter. That reply was dated December 12th, 1936, written from Calcutta. Bhakti Siddhanta left Puri and went to Calcutta. Bhakti Siddhanta wanted to depart in Calcutta. Because Calcutta was the field of preaching. And that's where he wanted to be. So he wrote this letter December 12th, and he gave the same instruction that he gave to Prabhupada in 1922 on the very first meeting, that you are an educated young man, you should preach Lord Chaitanya's movement in the Western countries in English language. If you do so, this will benefit you and it'll benefit all the people you come in contact with. So that letter must have said Nitya Ashirvad. Hare Krishna. Huh? Yeah, what? Another question?
Yes.
This guy's got a lot of questions, huh?
No, because your parents must be knowing this. I was.
No, I'm just joking.
Any predictions made by Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur about Srila Prabhupada?
Oh, yeah.
When the mission was aborted from London.
Huh? Yeah.
Could you share?
Well, there's that one statement. I think it was in Allahabad. Prabhupada was initiated in Allahabad in 1933. And Prabhupada was doing all the activities in the Gaudiya Math. He was leading the kirtans, he was preaching, organizing. But the one thing he wasn't doing was, he wasn't living there in the Math. Well, how could he? He had a family. So, but the devotees there, you know, devotees like to tell you what to do, you know.
In one of the books, Bhakti Vinod Thakur has predicted the birth of Srila Prabhupada in 1996. A man
Okay, let me finish his point. You're saying the same thing?
It's a different.
No, similar thing.
So,
Right there.
In 1996, when Prabhupada was born, Bhakti Vinod Thakur...
1896, yeah.
1896.
Yeah.
A man will be born this year who will propagate in Western countries, in English medium.
What is that?
A man will born this year who will propagate about Mahaprabhu in the Western countries.
Who said that?
Bhakti Vinod Thakur.
Where?
In a book I have read.
Well, you have to show me the book.
I can show.
Which book?
It is about the disciples of Mahaprabhu.
I don't know, I'm not familiar.
Now, one thing, it is a question to you. It has been told that both Bhakti Vinod Thakur and Siddhanta Thakur, they were Manjaris.
Yeah, okay.
And what about Prabhupada?
Yeah, that somebody always asks it. I don't know.
Let it finish.
I don't know. Anyway, to finish your point, the devotees went to Bhakti Siddhanta and asked Bhakti Siddhanta, Abhay Charan Das, he should live in the temple. So Bhakti Siddhanta replied, no, better he doesn't. Better he stays apart, but in future, he will do everything. Hey, look who's here. David Dahiti's here.
I want to share one prediction.
Yes.
I was reading the book Grandchildren Crying.
Oh yeah. Here comes the sun?
Yes.
Oh no, when the sun shines.
Exactly. So in that he makes one
It's a very good book. Yeah.
public prediction by Bhakti Thakur.
By who?
By Bhakti Thakur.
Yes.
When the London mission was aborted, so he gave a speech, and of course after showing his utter disappointment and frustration, he said, but verbatim I am saying what I read. Bhakti says, but today I made this prediction that one of my disciples will cross the oceans, plural,
Oh yeah.
and bring the whole world here. And Srila Prabhupada was in that meeting, of course.
Yeah, and he looked right at Prabhupada
Exactly.
when he said that. Yeah. Yeah, Bhakti Vikas, in his book, he mentions that Prabhupada used to come to the temple to see Bhakti Siddhanta, and Bhakti Siddhanta would bring him into his personal rooms and then have prasadam with Prabhupada, full prasad. He would say, bring prasad for Abhacharan. And Bhakti Siddhanta didn't do that with anyone else. And the sannyasis, they became jealous of Prabhupada. Why he's just a grihastha. They always treated Prabhupada as lesser, as grihastha, because he didn't take sannyas from Bhakti Siddhanta, where they had done. So they always considered themselves senior and Prabhupada as junior. Paka grihastha, something like that. Yeah, he was Paka grihastha. Hare Krishna. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimati Bhakti Vedanta Swamini Namane Namaste Sarasvati Devam Gauravani Pacharani Nirvishesha Sunyavadi Paskitya Siddhanta.